question. Thank you.
My name's Nathan Baraki.
So,
I'm in 8th grade. My question is, was it hard for you to forgive him? And if so, how hard was it?
hard. And we're talking about a long journey and lots of little steps. And people say to me, what you've done is amazing, but what they don't realise is that, there were thousands of little steps before I got to that point of meeting him. And then there was lots of conversations before I really felt that I had that empathy with him. And Pat doesn't think I have forgiven him. He doesn't think that I have. I don't know why he doesn't think I've forgiven him, because I think the fact that I care about him must mean I've forgiven him. But I still find forgiveness a hard word. I don't really know what it means. But looking back on the last, when I met him in 2000, so it's 13 years I've met him, I would say that I have forgiven him.
Thank you.
And there have been times, the hard bits, there have been times when I wanted to give all this up and stop. It's got too difficult sometimes. But there's always something in me that sort of kept me going.
Thank you.
Thank you, great.
Hi, I'm McKenzie, and I'm in 7th grade. My question is, have you ever thought that if you hadn't met Pat Magee that day, that you wouldn't have the same accomplishments as you do today?
Good question, and I would have carried on my journey to bring something positive, to bring some peace, but it would be in a very different way. It wouldn't have deterred me from making a contribution, and I would have done it differently. I think there are many ways that we can contribute to peace, and I feel lucky actually that I've been able to speak with Pat and he's been willing to engage with me. But if he'd said no, then I would have definitely found another way. And if he stops speaking with me any time, which he might, I will carry on doing this work.
Okay, thank you.
Great question.
Hi, my name is Finnigan, and I've heard the story you have, but what was the most saddest story you've heard from other people?
Well, do you know how lucky I've been to meet amazing people in so many countries and so many places? But one of my favourite people he's called Bassam Aramin, and I think Arno met him recently.
I did.
Is that right, Arno?
Amazing. Yeah, I did meet him. He's amazing.
Okay. Well, he's been my good friend for about 6 years, and recently I was with him in Palestine. I've also met him in London, and what really touched me about him is he started an organisation in Israel and Palestine. And after he joined Combatants for Peace, he had the tragedy of his 10-year-old daughter killed by an Israeli soldier. And he said that the days after he died, he was confronted by so much pain. I mean, that's just the worst thing to happen. And he said that he chooses to bring his pain for peace. And the people who helped him and still help him every day are his Israeli friends from Combatants for Peace. So even though it was an Israeli soldier that killed his daughter, it's Israeli friends from Combatants for Peace who helped him. And he goes around to Palestinians and tries to explain to them about the Holocaust and what the Jews went through. And he's sharing that. He wants the Palestinians to understand what the Jews went through in the war. And to me, he's the most empathic, inspiring person that I know. And I tell him that, and he knows I think that.
Hi, thank you.